Hello, everyone. Creature Keeper here. I have a question. Have you ever thought about going on a quest? A quest it could be small, it could be big, but have you ever thought about going maybe to the mountains and maybe protecting a village or helping someone get something down from a tree that they lost? It could be small, it could be big, but it could have the biggest impact on somebody. And have you ever thought about, well, asking a human to be your companion? Have they ever been so busy? Not all humans are going to be able to be perfect companions, but I have a solution. You see, in here, this is the hollow. What is the hollow? Well, there are vines growing out of this tree. It is a tree that has been cut out, made into a home for all the creatures of Naruto. Now, here's something else. Can you guess how many creatures are in here? Hmm? How many creatures do you believe are in the hollow right now? I have been wanting to do this for a long time. I've been working hard to make the hollow look absolutely incredible. So, without further ado, I present to you the hollow. Creatures of all kinds. Yes. Every creature ready to go on a quest with you. What kind of quest would you want to go on? And if you could bring any two creatures, whether they be real or fantasy, who would they be? There could be a leopard, a cheetah cub, panthers, jaguars. There could be dragons. Yes, beautiful, fight-worthy dragons. And it seems the vines of the tree are growing even in the inside of the hollow. Oh, you see, the hollow, it never ceases to amaze me how much it grows. You could have a spider, you could have a bumblebee, a scorpion, lions. You see, what is a creature keeper? For those of you who do not know, they are wizards. They control animals, creatures of all kinds. They can make them come to life. They are also storytellers. As most of you probably know, I am a bit of a storyteller myself. Oh, yes. I could tell story after story with these. All of them. Ah, the vines, they're growing everywhere. But that is what happens when you live in a tree. In a tree made of wood, where even no matter where you are, every plant grows, even around the animals. It is quite beautiful in here. You could have a group of giraffes joining you for a quest. Now, have you ever seen a giraffe run? I think a lot of people would probably look at a giraffe and say, there's no way that a giraffe could do any kind of fighting. I beg to differ. A giraffe can kick. They can run very fast. They have a tongue that is very, well, very long. Can wrap around something. Can get something from high above if you need. Yes, any kind of quest that you can think of. An animal, a creature, is willing to join you here in the hollow. It could be a dog, it could be a puppy, it could be a bear. Now, let me ask you, do you know where the polar bear lives? Polar bears live in the far, far north. Yes, where it is always cold, always snowy. Did you know that a polar bear standing on its hind legs can be 12 feet tall? Now, I don't know about you. That is a massive animal, and they are powerful. Their paws are bigger than a man's hand. Or it could be a panda. It could be an adorable panda cub that's just there to keep you company on your travels. Yes, or it could be something rock solid, hard headed like a stone creature. It could be a granite wolf with its poisonous green gems on its back. No enemy of yours would want to attack that, unless they were brave or foolish enough. It could be a mini creature. They may look small, but oh, trust me, you get a group of them, they're hard to take down. Now, what kind of quest could we go on? Here in Narthil, we have Snowraven Castle. I am not the only creature keeper, there are many. Snowraven Castle is where King Gelivor, his wife, Queen Navira, and their beautiful daughter, Princess Alora, live and take care of all the human inhabitants of Narthil. But a creature keeper's job is to bring creatures to life, to protect other creatures, and especially the humans of Narthil. Oh yes, we creature keepers have a very big job keeping everybody safe. You could have a herd of elephants, or at least two. You have two hands, right? You could bring two elephants, bring them to life, and you would have a 10-foot tall elephant. Or if you want the big guy, he'd be about 23 feet tall. Now, one may ask, how do I know? How do I know how big a creature is when it becomes real? Well, I challenge you. If you have a figure like these, take a ruler, put it up to your figure by the centimeters. If it is 5 centimeters, it will be 5 feet tall when it becomes real. Or like the elephant, 23 feet. That's a big elephant. Usually an elephant who lives in the savannah might only be, I don't know, 10 feet, maybe 8, maybe 12 at most. Not 23. But here in Narthil, things aren't always as they appear in the real world. On Earth, you might have a 1 foot tall rabbit, but in Narthil, A rabbit could be 2 feet tall, maybe even 3 at most, depending on the rabbit. You could have a 5-headed hydra and a green coral dragon together. Hydras, I believe, are about 11 to 12 feet tall. That's pretty massive. The room I'm currently in, this is about 8 feet tall. So imagine a 12-foot tall monstrosity of a hydra. Always ready, always loyal. Now granted, there are creatures you should probably watch out for. Most creatures in Narthil are good. There are those who might not be. A basilisk. Basilisks, they're tough. They're hard to control, but not impossible. Not impossible at all. If you know how to tame one, of course. I tell you, it took a long time for me, even a wizard, as good as I am, it took me a long time to train a basilisk. Or even an ice hound. 2 heads, twice the power. Oh, yes. But I love my job. Protecting those innocent. Even if they don't realize they're being protected. Yes. What's your favorite animal? What is your favorite animal? Is it a lion? Is it a bear? Is it a battle rhino with its green translucent horn? Is it the rock crusher, who looks like a rock until you walk up to it? Now I must say, here in Narthil, we have a few rules. 1, never, ever, under any circumstance, walk up to a creature and try to tame it if you are not a keeper. Wizard dragons will breathe fire. Frost dragons, they will breathe ice. Earth dragons, they control plants. Hydras, well, they just got a lot of heads that have very strong jaws and teeth. Oh, yes. But what questions do you guys have? What questions do you have for me about any animal? Any animal. Or anything about being a creature keeper. Or anything about Narthil. Yes. This place, I tell you. There is nothing better than having a creature at your side who is willing to protect and attack. Or just be a friend. Like a wombat or a wallaby. If you could have 2 creatures of any kind, what would they be? It could be the stag dragon, who has the ability to heal. It could be the deep sea dragon. Yes, if you have to go diving for something, but it's way down underwater. Here's a fun tidbit. Here in Narthil, you never know what you're going to find. And because of that, what you find could mean the difference between your succeeding in your quest. So here in Narthil, this is a place of wonder, of magic, of imagination. This is a place where imagination comes to life. Even a dinosaur, who many thought were extinct, but I was able to bring them back to life. The Apatosaurus, a thundering dinosaur with a very long neck and a very long tail. My goodness, if this became real, it'd be about 50 feet long and about 15 feet tall. That's a massive, massive animal. It could be a woolly rhino that you take on your quest, huh? Yes? It could be a shadow hound, or a shadow worm, or two of them, since there are two. What creatures would you take? You could have an army of shadow wolves. Now again, there are creatures you should watch out for. And the shadow creatures are definitely at the top of the list. They're loyal once you tame them, but taming them takes more courage than I think a lot of humans have in this world. That doesn't mean that it is impossible, but to tame a shadow dragon, on a scale from 1 to 10, shadow dragon is definitely a 10, if not an 11. But if you're a creature keeper like me, you'll have no problem. No problem at all. Yes. This is why I'm doing this. Because imagination on Earth, it's going away. People are forgetting what it was like to be a kid. They're becoming too busy in this world to use their imaginations, to remember how to have fun. And that is where Narithil comes in. Creatures of all kinds. Even Chinese dragons. Yes. Have you ever wanted to ride a horse? Oh, we've got horses. Oh, yes. Or maybe even a fire dragon. Yes. They are vicious. And again, taming one of those can be not very easy, but not difficult. Not impossible. How about a phoenix? A blue fire phoenix. Blue fire burns hotter and longer than normal fire. These two would be perfect to have on your team if you have to fight a whole bunch of ogres or orcs. Or even a red witch. Red witches. Vicious villains. A three-headed dragon, I think, would do quite well for that. Yes, 3 heads, triple the firepower. It seems there is a plant growing out of the chair now. Well, the hollow does have a mind of its own. The hollow, you see, it wants to be safe. It wants to stay safe. And we creature keepers do that. Behemoth, Ukrainian iron belly. Fluffy. I still think he's staring at us. What do you think? Is he staring at us? I don't know about that. A griffin. Hippogriff. Tiny little creatures. They would be about 2 feet tall. Not very big, but still able to do something. Or you could bring out the majestic and fast alpha dragon, the Night Fury. Maybe the vicious Death Gripper, or the very loyal Deadly Natter. Hmm? I think that would work. Yes. A Deadly Natter paired up with a blue T-Rex? Oh, now that's big. Or a saber-toothed tiger paired up with... what could we pair up a saber-toothed tiger with? Oh, I know. How about a hippo? Now one may say, Keeper, a hippo? That's kind of insane. Yeah, it is. But here's the thing. Hippos have no known predators. Their jaws can grab you, and never let go until you're finished. Until it's too late. Then you're really going to wish you had not come into the realm of a hippo. They spend most of their time underwater, in the savannah, or in swamps, and you never know they're going to be in there until they jump out at you and latch on. That's why they're so good to have as a companion. An African wild dog, they come in packs. I think they'd be good. Yes. You could have a catapult. Why not, right? If you have to get through something, having a catapult, I think that would do quite well getting through something. How about a bunny? A bunny, adorable, cute, they jump. There are certain animals that are better to have than others depending on what you need. Something that can dig, go underground, find something like a badger. Something that can climb. Something that can climb like a squirrel. Yes, I think a squirrel would do quite well. Or something just adorable like a red panda. Or something that could be a really good scout, like a fox. Or an aardvark. Something that is poisonous, like a platypus. Yes, they are actually poisonous. Or something that can run fast and charge, like a rhino with tough skin. I often think of them as the kings of the savannah, even though the lion would have something to say about that. Or perhaps you want something more magical, like fairies, a winged lion. Let me tell you, if that winged lion became real, that would be humongous. That would be humongous. Or maybe the night sky dragon. Yes, blending into the dark skies. Or maybe you want the healing powers of a unicorn or a pegasus. Yes, unicorns have healing powers, believe it or not. Stag dragons and unicorns and phoenixes. Or maybe you want something that can fly, like a bird. Something tiny like a hummingbird. What two creatures would you take with you if you were told, hey, we need to go on a quest, any quest, anything you can think of? What what 2 creatures would you bring? And again, if you can guess how many creatures are in here, go for it. It's a lot. The flower dragon. Love her. She can make any garden smell incredible. She is practically a flower, after all. Now there is one creature you should probably watch out for. The Twilight Dragon. Why? Because Twilight Dragons, well, let's just say they have the ability of illusions. Beware, beware the Twilight Dragon's stare. For if you look into the Twilight Dragon's eyes long enough, you will see things that are not there. Yes, that is the rhyme of the Twilight Dragon. Dangerous. A level 10 of training and taming a Twilight Dragon, but not impossible. Fog Dragon, Cloud Dragon, even the vines are growing in here. Oh my goodness. The vines, the trees still growing. Beware of dragons. If you're not brave enough, of course. Or maybe you want something hot and fast like a fireball. Any quest can be achieved, completed with the right creature. Any story can be incredible with the right creatures. If you were to make a story, any story, comment that. What story would you make with a fire hound and a fire tiger? I would love to hear that. Or maybe a swan and a cockatoo. Cockatoo, cockatoo, cockatoo. I love cockatoos. One of my favorite birds. Yes, sea creatures. Now there's something massive, if you really want. A companion from the ocean. Now let me tell you something. Let's say you needed something way down underwater, but you cannot swim. I get it. If you hold on to a sea creature here in Northhill, you will be able to breathe underwater. As long as you hold on, and hold on tight. Any sea creature will allow you to breathe underwater. Imagine riding a blue whale. Can you imagine that? A blue whale. Can you guess how big a blue whale is? Comment that if you know how big a blue whale is. They're massive. They are massive. Can you imagine riding a squid? Now that would be fun. The horseshoe crab. Like a stingray and a crab together. The keeper of all things, which is whom I serve as creature keeper. He made some amazing animals. Stingray. Monkeys. Who here likes monkeys? I do. Yes. I don't know of anyone who does not like monkeys. And there are a lot of different kinds. Again, the keeper of all things had so much fun when he was creating these. white tigers, one of my most favorite animals. Imagine having an army of white tigers at your side with whatever quest you needed to go on. Or a snow leopard. Snow leopards, well, they live high up in the mountains. They're often called the ghosts of the snow. Yes, snow ghosts. They'll see you before you see them, and they will not attack unless provoked. What's your favorite animal? Because I absolutely love tigers. But I'll tell you, my most favorite animal is over here. Wolves. I absolutely love wolves. Wolves always travel in packs, never alone. Unless they're an outcast, which happens. There's about 12 different companies represented here in this entire hollow. Schleich, Safari Ltd, Mojo, Peppa, Toy Many. A few that I got from the zoo years ago. And one may ask, Creature Keeper, how old are you? I think some have said, oh, you look like you're 25. Yeah, that's cute. I'll take that as a compliment. I'm a lot older than you think. And I know that there was someone who had commented on another video that I did saying, did I just watch a grown man play with toys? Yes, you did. A grown man who can bring toys to life through story. Yes. Because every creature can make a story. Do you like frogs? I love frogs. Yes. Frogs of all kinds live here. Who likes cats? I've had many cats in my life. Maine Coon, Calico, Siamese, Abyssinian, or maybe you want a griffin. Something fun to ride on through the sky. Yes. Or a chimera. Maybe you could have two chimeras at your side. They're about 9 feet tall if they became real. It's impressive. Yes. Nah, don't be shy. If you have any questions for me, don't be afraid. I will answer any question, because I won't be on here forever. At least not today. Now here is my most favorite shelf. My most favorite creatures that I have. The Midnight Dragon, the Yeti, Wolf Dragon, Werewolf, Winter Wolf, Ghost Dragon, Rock Beast, and the glowing in the dark Cave Dragon. That's something you want on your side if you have to go somewhere dark. If you're in a dark cave, you can't see your hand in front of you, the Cave Dragon is a perfect companion since they glow in the dark. My most favorite real animal figures, jaguars, a lynx, white tigers, a gray cat, clouded leopard. Did you know that clouded leopards have some of the softest fur in the animal kingdom? They are beautiful and very curious. And they're not vicious at all. They're very curious. An Arctic fox, border collie, timber wolves, orange tigers, and probably my most favorite fish in the entire ocean, the shark ray. A stingray and a shark together. Yes. Northel, the Hollow. I cannot think of a better place that I'd want to be. I really can't. Being a wizard of animals, you get to be around animals all the time. All the time. And I cannot tell you how magical that is. Yes. So it's a little dark in there, isn't it? Seems I need a glowing cave dragon to see in certain places. Now, let's see. I think we have seen everything. Yes? I have shown you everything. Now again, what type of quest would you want to go on? What kind of quest? What kind of creatures would you want? 2 creatures. 2 creatures. How many or what kinds do you think you'd want to bring? You could have a zebra. You could have a horse. It's a good way to get places. You could have a pig. Did you know that even pigs and cows and sheep can fight? They can be great companions for whatever you need. Pigs have incredibly powerful bite. And if you've ever seen a wild boar, they're fast, they're vicious, and they don't give up when they're chasing something. Wild boars. Wild boars. A scorpion. Here in Northel, a scorpion could be about a foot tall. It's a big scorpion if you don't like them. To be a creature keeper, you have to have a love for animals. You really do. A love for animals that goes beyond anything else. And never doubt yourself. Never doubt yourself as a creature keeper. No. But I promise you, in the day that you do, let's just hope you're not trying to tame a tiger or a lion and you start doubting yourself. Or you could have something so dark and mysterious like Mothman. What is Mothman? Years ago in a state called Virginia, somewhere on Earth, somebody saw this winged black creature with red eyes. Nobody knew if it was real, but they called it Mothman. Always seemed to show up when things were about to happen. I don't know. Or the Jersey Devil. What's a Jersey Devil? Well, allow me to show you. Allow me to introduce to you the Jersey Devil and Mothman. Taming these bad boys is no easy feat, but the stories you can make with them, oh, that is a tale worth telling. Or it could be a Twilight Pegasus, or a Cerberus, a three-headed dog, from Greek mythology, of course. A gray drake. It could be a gargoyle. It could be a merhorse. A bat. Oh, a bat is about the right size of a bat. And I don't think you want to know how big they are here in Northville. It could be a specter. A couple more yetis. It could be a cow. It could be a sheep. It could be a goat. Whatever creature you want to bring with you on a quest, they will always join you. Any creature will be loyal with the right attitude. With the right attitude. If you're feeling down, I don't know, maybe you just need a sheep. Maybe you just need a sheep to join you. How many creatures do you think are in here? How many? Again, this is a wonderful place of magic, tales, imagination. Anyone's imagination could soar in a place like this. Alright. I think that'll be all for now. The tree is still growing, sending its vines down inside the hollow. I hope you guys have fun. Yes, always have fun. Whatever grand adventure you are going on, that you want to go on, always remember to have fun. Always remember to have fun. Because the last thing that we need to lose is our imaginations. Because again, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing imagination go away in this world. And that's why I'm here. To bring imagination back into the real world. And this is a place that you can come and really escape. Yes, really escape the craziness of life. Craziness of life. Well, we will see all of you later. I hope you all have a good weekend. And you will see me back on here from time to time. Have fun out there. Oh, I think we have somebody who wants to say goodbye. Goodbye, all of you. Thank you, Mr. T-Rex. You're welcome, sir. I do my best. I do my best.